President Trump's two ex-chiefs of staff posed together at the White House Christmas party last night amid speculation over who will be brave enough to take on their former job. Reince Preibus, who served as under Trump between January 20 and July 31, 2017, posted a photograph of himself on Twitter with his successor John Kelly, whose resignation was announced by the president on December 8. "Having a great time at the White House Christmas party," wrote Preibus, who handed in his resignation last year after the shortest tenure of any non-interim White House chief of staff in American history. Photographs from the evening show Trump and First Lady Melania, as well as the president's children from his previous relationships, enjoying the evening with their special guests. Earlier Thursday, Fox News reported that Trump had canceled the holiday party invitation for the press. The annual event gave members of the press corps a chance to dine in the White House, wander around the mansion and take photos with the president and First Lady. But the president has attacked the media throughout his time in office, calling the press dishonest, lying and slinging accusations of fake news. Last year, Trump held the party, but refused to pose for photos, and CNN boycotted the event in light of the president's continued attacks on freedom of the presses. This time he has reportedly pulled the plug on it altogether, although the White House has not confirmed this. Meanwhile, it is unclear who will replace current Chief of Staff Kelly, who is on the brink of leaving. The president confirmed on Saturday that Kelly would be out by year's end and said a replacement would be announced in a matter of days. However, his plans were turned upside down when Trump's first pick for the position, Nick Ace, unexpectedly turned his proposition down. The White House subsequently said that Kelly would be staying on until early January at least to manage the West Wing, while the president conducts his search for a replacement. Meanwhile, President Trump also told the only Republican openly expressing interest in the chief of staff position that he wants him to stay in Congress. Politico reported on Monday that North Carolina Representative Mark Meadows, a leading pro-Trump Republican congressman, was interested in the gig that nobody else seems to want. Serving as chief of staff would be an incredible honor. The president has a long list of qualified candidates, and I know he'll make the best selection for his administration and for the country, Meadows told the publication. But the White House said in a statement on Wednesday that Trump had ruled out Meadows for the top White House position. Congressman Mark Meadows is a great friend to President Trump and is doing an incredible job in Congress. The president told him we need him in Congress so he can continue the great work he is doing there, White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders said. The announcement makes it anyone's guess as to who Trump will select to be his next chief of staff after suddenly announcing the job was coming available. Amid reports that nobody wants the position, sometimes considered the second most powerful role in the nation, Trump said the fake news media was getting the story purposely wrong. The president claimed Tuesday that more than 10 people were competing for the chief of staff job. He wrote on Twitter, "Many, over 10, are vying for and wanting the White House chief of staff position. Why wouldn't someone want one of the truly great and meaningful jobs in Washington?" However, nobody appears to be in the lead, and it is unclear how much any of them actually wants to do it. Everyone Trump is thought to be considering is a man. The list includes Treasury Secretary Stephen Mnuchin, Director of Office of Management and Budget Mick Mulvaney, and the United States Trade Representative Robert Lighthizer, according to the New York Times. President Donald Trump told reporters he was in no rush to fill the spot after his succession plan blew up on Sunday evening. "We are in no rush. Over a period of a week or two, or maybe less, we'll announce who it's going to be, but we have a lot of people who want the position," Trump said in an Oval Office meeting with Democratic leaders on Tuesday morning that Kelly attended. He said, "A lot of friends of mine want it. A lot of people that Chuck Schumer, Senate Minority Leader, and Nancy Pelosi, House Speaker-designate, know very well want it. I think people you'd like," Trump said, talking up the position. "We have a lot of people that want the job of Chief of Staff. So we'll be seeing what happens. We're in no rush. Share this article, share the reason," Trump said, "because we have a wonderful Chief of Staff right here." Trump confirmed what counselor to the president Kellyanne Conway slipped into an appearance on Fox and Friends on Tuesday morning, just days after the White House said Kelly's tenure was nearly over. "He will stay on the job through January 2nd at least, and I think there will be a very peaceful and pragmatic transition to the next Chief of Staff," Conway said. "But the president has many people who want to serve here." Later in the day, the president held a bill signing in the Oval Office that Mulvaney and Meadows were a part of. The two men allegedly competing for the same job, who worked closely together in Congress, stood side by side as the president talked. By Wednesday afternoon, the White House had announced that Meadows, at least, was out of the running. The public unraveling of Trump's search is already provoking ridicule among Democrats. Help wanted, White House Chief of Staff. No experience necessary. Must respond well to infighting, backbiting, dishonesty and dishonor, quipped Rep. Adam Schiff of California, who is set to take over the House Intelligence Committee. Contenders for Trump Chief of Staff Stephen Mnuchin, Treasury Secretary who has a previous relationship going back with Trump to when they were both businessmen in New York. Trump attended his wedding. Mick Mulvaney, a former House member who joined Trump's administration to lead the budget office. He has pushed the president to the right fiscally. Robert Lighthizer, as Trade Representative, Lighthizer has pushed Trump to talk tough on trade, particularly in recent negotiations with China. Matt Whitaker, Trump named him acting Attorney General after Jeff Sessions left the top job at Justice, and is said to get on well with him. Chris Christie, the former governor of New Jersey, has had his name bandied about for a number of administration jobs, including Attorney General David Bassi. He is the president of Citizens United and co-wrote a book with Corey Lewandowski about working on Trump's campaign. Departures from Trump's White House, working backwards. Here are the notable departures from the Trump administration. 2018, December 8, Trump announces Chief of Staff John Kelly is set to leave, but his departure date is as yet unknown. November 7, U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions resigns as the country's chief law enforcement officer, saying the move came at Mr. Trump's request. October 9, Mr. Trump announces UN Ambassador Nikki Haley's resignation, effective at end of the year. August 29, the president announces that White House counsel Don McGahn would leave sometime in the autumn. July 5, Environmental Protection Agency Administrator Scott Pruitt. June 5, Communications Aide Kelly Sadler. April 12, Deputy National Security Advisor Ricky Waddell. April 11, Deputy National Security Advisor Nadia Shadlow. April 10, Homeland Security Advisor Tom Bassert. March 28, Veterans Affairs Secretary David Shulkin. March 22, National Security Advisor H.R. McMaster, March 13. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson, March 12. Special Assistant doing Personal Aid to the President John McEntee, March 6. Economic Advisor Gary Cohn, February 28. Communications Director Hope Hicks, February 7. Staff Secretary Rob Porter 2017, December 13, 2017. Communications Director for the White House Office of Public Liaison Omarosa Mangault Newman, December 8, 2017. Deputy National Security Advisor Dina Powell, September 29, 2017. Health and Human Services Secretary Tom Price, August 25, 2017. National Security Aide Sebastian Gorka, August 18, 2017. Chief Strategist Steve Bannon, July 31, 2017. Communications Director Anthony Scaramucci, July 28, 2017. Chief of Staff Reince Preibus, July 21, 2017. Press Secretary Sean Spicer, May 30, 2017. Communications Director Michael Dubke, May 9, 2017. FBI Director James Comey, March 30, 2017. Deputy Chief of Staff Katie Walsh, February 13, 2017. National Security Advisor Michael Flynn. Source: Press Association.